Good morning, everybody, for Thursday, the 14th of September. Well, we've had a reasonably good run of weather over the last sort of week or so, although be it not always good for soaring. There was a brief opportunity yesterday, and likewise, there'll be opportunities today. However, lying across the UK currently is this sort of frontal area of whichever front you would like, whether it's an occlusion, a warm front, or a cold front. And with that in mind, we're sort of just in the good air down to the southeast, but up to our north, it does appear like things have deteriorated slightly. And as we go towards the weekends, it's all right tomorrow, but everything's sort of reliant on what's going on with some Atlantic storms or hurricanes, if I may say. Low pressure systems up towards here and also further out into the Atlantic, causing a little bit of uncertainty as to what's going to happen. But it does look like we are going to eventually arrive into autumnal weather. Today, though, we got a southwesterly airflow across the country, and it looks like 5 to 10 knots generally at flying heights. Satellite picture across the UK shows a bright start for us, but as you can see, that line of cloud which is moving across and down across the central part of the country. Around us, it does look like we should escape the worst of it, but later today, we might start to see the influence of that higher stuff in the northern parts of our task areas. Public forecast shows it being bright for most of the day, and that southwesterly to southwesterly airflow across us all day with generally good visibility, although potentially the chance of some maritime air this afternoon. Top temperature today of 22 degrees, dew point of around 10. And the picture outside, unfortunately, I can't bring to you today, but I will try and bring up the Lark Hill sounding if that has now come out. And we'll have a look at what that means. Unfortunately, there was a power failure on the other side of the airfield, I understand, which has meant that we've not been able to restore the cameras yet. But needless to say, you can take my word for it that it's nice and bright outside. There's your Lark Hill ascent, and with around 18 or 19 degrees or so, that should get us going. Nice solid inversion, preventing any shower clouds today. And fairly dry though, so looks like at least for the first half of today and probably into the afternoon, fairly blue. METARs and TAFs, Farnborough currently reporting no cloud detected, very light wind from the southwest. And scattered at 3.5 being their headline figure. Whilst Southampton is showing a few at 2.5, very similar with that headline. Potential flight distance for today is that. Unfortunately, if you like a lap of the Gatwick area, then it works for you. Good for people at Kenley. But around where we are, down to sort of the south west, down towards sort of Salisbury, and then trying to get up towards Oxford. So yeah, Club 100, Club 200 may work. I'll be hesitant to say the Isle of Wight will work in this wind direction. But yes, if you are going down to southeast, you'll need to get down there pretty quick because the air mass will come in and will get in the way. So starting from midday, we have blue to shallow Q at around 3,000 feet or so. Moving up this afternoon, you can see the south coast deteriorates with the southwesterly wind, and in our area we get up to around 4,000 feet or so. A mixture of cumulus and blue. And it's sort of up to a line of around Oxford to Cambridge line of where it works, and probably down to around Bristol. Much to the north of that gets in the way of that front, which, as you could see on the satellite image earlier, does get slightly in the way. Cloud amounts. You can see the front in black on here, and you can see us. I don't think we've got any low cloud this morning, so at least that's going to kick things off nicely. But yeah, going through that period. Looking nice and blue with a bit of cumulus. So to sum up for today, your site forecast, reasonable round here actually, up to probably around 4,000 feet above airfield, with a top temperature of around 21 degrees and dew point of 10, southwesterly winds, and a mixture of cumulus with blue. Airspace wise, Abingdon is active today with parachuting That is between 12 and 5:30 this evening, so Abingdon active. South Cerney also active all day today, between 11 and 5:30. So those two places to avoid, I would suggest. Paragliders otherwise operating across the southwest, and battle a bit of Royal flights floating about, but not really causing us any issues at all. Just looking for anything else. Yeah, nothing really of effect. Operationally today, it will be runway 27 in use with a winch offset to the south and air towing from the runway, unless it looks like there's loads of you. Jet movement wise, we have a 737 arriving from Copenhagen at 2 and departing to Copenhagen at 5. Well, it might be around 3 actually. So between 2 and 3 an arrival, and around 5 to 6 for the departure. Also a King Air departing at around 2 o'clock. So yeah, looks like a reasonable day. If you are going to be leaving a glider out over the next few days, please keep an eye on the forecast as it may deteriorate as we get closer to the weekend. See you out there. Bye for now.